Imagine you're cruising at 35,000 feet. The plane is smooth, the lights in the cabin are dim, and passengers are settling in. Suddenly, a warning light flashes. Maybe there's a slight vibration. Your heart races. Is this plane going to crash? Most passengers would panic, but inside the cockpit, pilots are calm, collected, and fully in control. Why? Because pilots know how to handle engine failures, and modern aircraft are designed to keep flying safely even with one engine out. Let's dive in. 1. Twin-engine planes can keep flying. Most commercial planes today, like the Boeing 737, Airbus A320, or Embraer E190, have two engines. If one engine fails, the aircraft can still fly safely with the other engine. Pilots are trained to continue flying, maintain altitude, and even reach the nearest airport without stress. Passengers often imagine total disaster, but engineers plan for this exact scenario. Twin-engine planes are tested rigorously, including simulations of complete engine failure. Even during critical phases like takeoff or landing, a plane can remain stable and controllable. Have you ever thought about how a plane can glide thousands of feet on just one engine? 2. Pilots train extensively for engine failures. Pilots do not rely on luck. They train for engine failures over and over. Flight schools and training centers like Flight Safety International or Lufthansa Aviation Training use advanced simulators to recreate engine-out situations in real time. These simulations include failures during takeoff, cruising, and landing. Pilots practice controlling the aircraft, adjusting speed, following checklists, and landing safely. After repeated practice, handling an engine failure becomes routine. For passengers, the event might feel frightening, but for pilots, it's just another scenario they've trained to manage multiple times. Wouldn't you feel calmer knowing your pilot has prepared for the worst in advance? 3. Aircraft are built with redundant systems. Modern airplanes are not just strong, they are smart. They have backup systems for nearly everything. If an engine fails, the remaining engine can power essential systems like hydraulics, avionics, and electrical components. Auxiliary power units, APUs, provide additional support. Electrical systems are shielded, and flight controls remain operational. This redundancy is built into every modern jet so pilots can focus on flying instead of panicking. Passengers may think a failure is catastrophic, but pilots know the aircraft is designed to manage it. Does knowing there's always a backup system make you feel safer in the sky? 4. Engine failures are extremely rare. While it sounds dramatic in movies or news stories, engine failures on modern aircraft are rare. Jet engines from manufacturers like General Electric, Pratt & Whitney, and Rolls-Royce are highly reliable, tested for thousands of hours, and maintained regularly. Failures usually happen because of rare events, like a bird strike, foreign object ingestion, or a maintenance error. Sudden catastrophic engine failures are exceptionally uncommon. Pilots know this, and that knowledge reduces fear. Understanding probabilities can help passengers stay calm. If you knew the odds of disaster were less than 1 in a million, wouldn't you feel safer? 5. Pilots follow step-by-step procedures. When an engine fails, pilots do not panic. They follow a precise checklist. The first step is identifying the affected engine. Next, they shut it down safely if needed, secure fuel lines, and adjust thrust from the other engine. Modern aircraft have automated systems to help, like autopilot, which can maintain altitude and heading while pilots handle procedures. Following a systematic approach turns a scary event into a controlled process. Passengers may feel chaos in the cabin, but pilots focus on facts and follow routine procedures. Do you think having a step-by-step plan could help you stay calm during a crisis? 6. Engines rarely fail completely. Not every engine problem is a full failure. Sometimes it's a minor issue, like a faulty sensor, temporary drop in power, or a small mechanical glitch. Even when an engine must be shut down, the plane can continue flying on the remaining engine. Pilots know exactly how to handle this scenario and maintain control. Passengers often imagine the plane falling instantly, but reality is far safer. Modern jets are designed to handle engine loss without compromising flight. Have you ever assumed the worst in a situation, only to realize it wasn't as bad as you imagined? 7. Airports and runways are prepared. If a plane experiences engine trouble, airports are ready. Runways are long, well-lit, and equipped for emergencies. Emergency services, fire trucks, and medical personnel are on standby. Air traffic control guides the aircraft to the safest possible landing spot. Pilots communicate constantly with controllers to coordinate approaches, ensure runway availability, and make the landing smooth. Knowing that airports are prepared helps pilots stay calm and focused. Passengers can trust that even in rare engine emergencies, ground crews are ready. Wouldn't you feel reassured knowing help is standing by? 8. Engine failures happen at low-risk phases too. Pilots train for engine failures during every flight phase: takeoff, cruising, and landing. Even the most critical moments, like takeoff, have precise procedures to keep the plane safe. For example, before takeoff, pilots calculate a speed called V1. This tells them the point at which a takeoff can safely be continued or aborted if an engine fails. Once at cruising altitude, pilots have even more time to assess, communicate, and adjust. The plane can glide safely to the nearest airport if needed. Passengers often imagine instant danger, but pilots see engine failures as manageable events. Do you think your fear would lessen if you knew there were calculated safety limits for every stage of the flight? 9. Confidence comes from experience. Pilots don't panic because experience teaches them control. Every flight they've completed, every emergency simulation they've practiced, and every minor issue they've handled builds confidence. New pilots are trained extensively to remain calm under pressure. Experienced pilots rely on knowledge and past experience to manage emergencies with confidence. For passengers, the unknown can be terrifying. For pilots, routine and preparation replace fear with certainty. Wouldn't it be reassuring to know your pilot has safely managed similar situations before? 10. Modern jets can glide without engines. Here's a fact most passengers don't realize. Even if both engines fail, modern jets can glide for miles. Pilots are trained in engine-out procedures that maximize glide distance and allow safe landings. For example, a Boeing 747 cruising at 35,000 feet can glide more than 100 miles without power. Pilots are taught to aim for airports, clear fields, or other safe landing zones. Understanding this fact can reduce panic. Even extreme engine failures do not mean instant disaster. Would you feel less scared knowing the aircraft can still glide safely? 11. Communication keeps everyone calm. During an engine failure, pilots communicate constantly with air traffic control, other pilots, and cabin crew. This coordination ensures the aircraft is guided safely and that the cabin is prepared for any precautionary procedures. Passengers may hear announcements or see crew members calmly preparing, which can be reassuring. Pilots know that keeping everyone informed is part of managing the situation safely. Fear often grows when people feel out of control. Pilots counter this with communication and order. Do you think clear instructions could reduce your own fear in emergencies? In conclusion, engine failures may sound terrifying, but pilots are trained to remain calm and follow precise procedures. Modern aircraft can fly on one engine, have redundant systems, and are tested to withstand extreme conditions. Engine failures are rare, and airports are ready for emergencies. Passengers may panic, but pilots rely on experience, training, and knowledge. So next time your engine warning light comes on, will you panic or trust the systems, aircraft design, and your pilot's skill? If you like this video, press the bell button, comment your story, and share your thoughts below.